From WOOD TV8, this is a breaking news alert.
I made the decision to charge Christopher Schur with one count of second-degree murder.
The whole world will be watching West Michigan to see if Patrick Leola could get equal justice in the United States of America in the courtrooms of Grand Rapids, Michigan.
And in today's world, we're seeing a lot of officers being charged where years ago they wouldn't have been charged. It would have been a civil issue.
More than 2 months after Grand Rapids police officer Christopher Schur shot and killed Patrick Leola during a traffic stop, the Kent County prosecutor, Chris Becker, announces second-degree murder charges against him. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us on West Michigan's only 7 o'clock newscast. I'm Brian Sterling.
And I'm Susan Shaw. Our team remains in place here at 7 o'clock, including Target 8 investigator Ken Kolker. He has new reaction from a use of force expert.
Whitney Burney also getting new reaction from protesters, and Emily Leonard just spoke with attorney Ben Crump. That's all ahead.
Now at 11, pain at the pump as prices per gallon keep shooting up. Lawmakers in Lansing have a bill they say will give you the relief that you're looking for. Why some gas station owners, though, are saying not so fast.
But if that relief does not come, is an electric vehicle the right move? Is it worth it? We're talking with an auto analyst, as well as someone who just made the switch before the prices went over $4.
And the cost for gas is even higher for the people who get food and supplies to stores. And experts say the price trucking companies are paying could get passed on to you.
New tonight, News 8's Byron Tollefson spoke with people in the business who say it is the worst that they have ever seen.
Well, can you imagine going a whole day without your phone or computer? Experts say you should, and tomorrow is the perfect day for it. We'll explain why next. Good afternoon. We are coming on the air as the family of Patrick Leola, as well as their lawyer, civil rights attorney Ben Crump, are about to speak for the first time since Grand Rapids police released video showing Leola being shot after struggling with an unnamed police officer.
This is happening at the Renaissance Church of God in Christ. Let's listen in.
We're so thankful to not only us who fight in the court of law, but also those who fight in the court of public opinion, like all those young activists who were marching. We want to thank them publicly. Those young people who refuse to remain silent.
Okay, so we all know that adulting can be a little bit difficult sometimes, but instructors at Michigan State hope a new class will help us get better at it.
They're offering an Adulting 101 class all this month. The classes run July 12th through August 2nd. The first class is on getting organized, where you'll learn about several digital tools that you can use for doing that. And then there's one about food preservation. For example, what foods should be blanched and what foods freeze well.
Do they tell us what blanching is? There is one covering renting a home and what your rights are as a tenant. It all wraps up with one called Healthy You, covering everything from physical to mental health. If you or your child want to sign up, you do that through the MSU extension.
Here's the thing.
I kind of want to do it.
I do too.
I feel like we might need to.
I think so. I feel like I'm going to be like, wow, look at all these skills.
Is that how you do that? Yeah.
Interesting. I'll let you know what blanching is, too.
This is News 8 from WOOD TV.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Sterling.
And I'm Susan Shaw. We have a busy night of news tonight at 11 o'clock. Wyoming police are defending license plate readers placed around the city. New tonight, why they say it goes beyond solving crimes.
We have some light rain that's sliding through the area, and we have a few more shower chances the next couple of days before a bigger round of rain this weekend. We have all the details for you straight ahead in your forecast.
A hot day like today might have made swimming more tempting, but it was too dangerous for that on the Big Lake. Now, 2 cities are working to keep you safe when Lake Michigan gets rough.
The DeVos family owns you. You're our version of Gretchen Whitmer. You'll say anything or do anything to get elected. And
why did you give money to Mitt Romney?
And off the top tonight, sparks fly on the east side of our state as the Republican candidates for governor square off on the debate stage with less than 2 weeks to go before the August primary.
We have team coverage tonight. Political reporter Rick Albin in late to give us his big takeaways, but we want to begin with Byron Tollefson with a recap of the debate.
With the primary election less than 2 weeks away, polls have shown this race to be a toss-up, but one candidate was the clear target on stage tonight. Fireworks at the GOP gubernatorial debate tonight, with multiple candidates going after Tudor Dixon.
The fact of the matter is the DeVos family owns you. You're our version of Gretchen Whitmer. You'll say anything or do anything to get elected.
Well, my definition of established is basically your entire campaign.
I know you lied to the Michigan people that you did not go to a meeting to try to get the DeVos support, but this is your biggest attack against me. It was not a restaurant association. I believe that they're attacking me because they're behind and because they're afraid they're losing this race.
We don't need this petty bickering over little things. We need people who are honest.
Garrett Soldano tonight, accusing Dixon of not campaigning hard enough against pandemic lockdowns, to which she denied.
Where were you in 2020? That holds a lot of weight for me and a lot of other Michiganders who have been directly affected, not only with their businesses shut down, over 3,000 restaurants have shut down permanently, but also the mental health crisis that this governor put us in.
Ryan Kelly, who was charged in the January 6th Capitol riot, said during the debate he's being silenced.
I got booted off Airbnb, as I mentioned there, for being in Washington, D.C. on January 6th. And, you know, number one, there was no crime committed. Number two, these charges, you're innocent until you're proven guilty. And the woke corporations are canceling me.
Earlier in the debate, during a discussion about gun violence, Kelly said it's a baseless claim to call an AR-15 an assault weapon.
They don't do it. They sit there and they do nothing unless someone else does something with it. Assault is not an object. Assault is something someone does. You can have an assault podium right here if I were to throw at somebody.
With the primary election less than 2 weeks away, multiple candidates tonight urging former President Trump not to endorse a candidate in the race.
So far into the race, people are already casting their votes.
And I really feel the people just need to choose, and we don't need outside influence.
Both Kelly and Soldano say they would accept the former president's endorsement if he does weigh in. Polls have shown this race to be wide open, with many voters still undecided.
We have to not only heal the state, we have to heal the party.
Benton Harbor's water crisis was brought up at the beginning of the debate, with Ralph Reband saying the state is having a pandemic of water issues. In Rochester, Byron Tollefson, News 8.
Political reporter Rick Alvin joining us now. And Rick, you watched the debate. What stood out to you?
Well, I think kind of the last minute kind of universal need to be seen and heard on that debate stage tonight, because I think there's a feeling that the candidates are running out of time. Kelly and Soldano took on Rinke and Dixon, and then Rinke jumped into the fray you saw there to go after Dixon. Not surprising, a third poll showing Dixon in the lead or tied for it came out today. Rinke has closed part of the gap between he and Dixon. There's also some indication that that bump that Kelly got with all the attention surrounding his arrest and charges may have stalled, and Soldano has not been able to build much on his base. So, logical thing to do, go after the candidates that you think are, that appear to be in the lead. And in most polls, that would be Dixon, then followed by Rinke. Otherwise, the candidates recited their positions as they have in a number of debates and seem to share largely the same viewpoints, with the exception that each one of them believes he or she could do the job better than the other four that are on the stage.
These debates have attracted a lot of attention. Will it change any minds?
It's always very difficult to know, and even after the fact, it's difficult to see in numbers. But think about it this way: in most debates, I generally consider that they reinforce what voters were thinking going in, and I don't think anybody disqualified themselves tonight, so nobody made that big mistake. But with about a quarter of the voters now in this latest poll saying they're still undecided, and as I said at 10 o'clock, with 2 weeks left to go, if you haven't decided, are you really going to vote? It's a little hard to know. But I guess the other thing is we look at the numbers, because thousands, tens of thousands of votes have already been cast. In Kent County alone, for example, more than 76,000 absentee ballots have been issued. More than 28,000 have been returned. Multiply that by 83 counties, I get it, of varying sizes, but that's still a lot of votes that have already been cast. 4 years ago, just shy of 1 million votes in the Republican governor's primary race. Make of that what you will, but time is definitely running out, and the final note is Donald Trump. Does he endorse? If he does, who does he endorse? And if he does endorse, is it too late to make a difference? All of those are things that I don't think you can answer right now.
Here comes August.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Rick.
Thank you, Rick.
Speaking of which, WOOD TV is your local election headquarters. You can find our full coverage of this race and the entire Republican primary at woodtv.com.
Wyoming police officers say they're seeing results from 12 license plate readers installed throughout the city. The department's defending using them despite privacy concerns.
New tonight, News 8's Kyle Mitchell in the newsroom with more on how they work. Kyle?
Brian and Sue, this type of plate reader is mounted along streets. Wyoming police says in just a few months, the device helped them track down wanted suspects and stolen vehicles.
It has really been a game changer for us.
It's new technology for the city of Wyoming, designed to give officers an extra set of eyes on traffic.
Cameras are set up to capture both directions of travel on a roadway.
Workers installed 12 flock safety license plate readers at 6 locations throughout the city.
It was a tool that we recognized that would really help us and help provide some safety to our community and solving some crimes, preventing some crimes. The cameras are about $2,500 a piece per year.
Captain Eric Weiler says they've seen results since they were set up.
We're looking at 4 or 5 months now that we've been using them. In that time, we've recovered 13 stolen vehicles, and we've also made 19 arrests.
Police say the technology has been especially helpful when investigating a string of recent car thefts in the area.
We talk about the stolen cars. You know, that's obviously the big thing that the cameras catch, but it's what are being done with the stolen cars once they're stolen. And it's the robberies, the shootings, those violent type of crimes.
But the cameras can go beyond solving crimes.
We also had like a missing dementia patient, and we were able to locate that person because we put that in our list for it to give us that alert.
The system notifies officers of a match, but then more steps are taken to verify the information is accurate.
When we get the alert, it simply says the vehicle make, color, model, and then the license plate number, and then why it's on the list. But then our officers have to verify that before they take any enforcement action. So the hit alone is just not a reason for them to stop the car.
Flock Safety says the cameras do not record speed or recognize faces. Wyoming Police says the amount of time the data is kept is also limited.
Any of the data is only kept for 30 days. So there's not like this big running log of all these plates, you know, going back in time.
The American Civil Liberties Union was not available for an on-camera interview tonight, but has previously voiced privacy concerns about the use of plate reader technology and has questioned its effectiveness. In the newsroom, Kyle Mitchell, News 8.
Developing tonight, 2 people are dead after a motorcycle and car crashed in Kalamazoo County. The driver of the car is in jail. It happened shortly before 5:30 on Douglas Avenue near C Avenue, just south of Plainwell. Deputies tell us the motorcycle's driver and passenger died from their injuries. They believe that speed and alcohol were involved.
A young boy is in the hospital after he was hit by a car in Van Buren County. It happened around 2:30 on Van Buren Street near Kalamazoo Street in Bloomingdale. Deputies tell us the 9-year-old boy and his 2 sisters were going to the grocery store. He got out of the car he was in and started running across the road to use the crosswalk. The driver of a pickup truck saw him at the last minute and tried to stop, but still hit him. Medics took the boy to the hospital. He is expected to survive. A mom faces charges for a February crash that killed her 3 children. Leticia Gonzalez faces 3 counts of operating while intoxicated, causing death.
That crash happened back in February near Holland. Deputies say that Gonzalez was driving when her SUV drifted across the road, hit a curb, and then flipped into the pond. Her 3 young boys, Josiah, Jeremiah, and Jerome, were trapped and drowned. Gonzalez was not seriously hurt. Grand Haven taking red flag warnings to the next level. What it means when you see 2 of them flying. Next.
Plus, how staying out of the water on red flag days will save you money in South Haven, besides just avoiding a ticket.
After a mostly dry day, we're seeing a few light showers drop through the region now. Coming up, we're going to be talking about more rain that's headed our way right in time for the weekend.